As political parties around the country continue to seek the support of Nigerian citizens ahead of the 2023 elections, presidential candidates have been given the electorate assurance of their plans for the country if elected. The presidential candidate of the new Nigeria People's Party, Dr. Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso, has said that his party is all out to salvage Nigeria from its various problems. He also said that the party has the best manifesto. Kwankwaso, who said on this on Sunday, while commissioning the Kano office of the NNPP campaign office, urged Nigerians to see NNPP as their savior. Senator Kwankwaso insisted that the party is best for Nigeria, urging voters to come out en masse and exercise their rights. Joining us now, this morning, as we discuss NNPP's campaign activities ahead of the 2023 election, is Senator Suleiman Hunkuyi, Kaduna State governorship candidate for the new Nigeria People's Party, NNPP. Welcome to the program, sir.
A very good morning.
Good morning. Is Senator Musa Kwankwaso's manifesto, is it out? Where can we get it? How can we interrogate the issues there? Is it out?
Well, thank you very much for that question. But you see, the NNPP is the only party that has emerged as a result of special quest of the country, special quest for the Nigerian people, special quest for the Nigerian polity, for the instances and needs of our current time. Therefore, the manifesto you are talking about, in fact, the new Nigeria People's Party of today that has been relaunched to Nigerians, clearly came on board as a result of those needs and quests which I have just mentioned. Therefore, our manifesto and the manifesto of our presidential candidate married into production of what came out as a direct reflection of the current need. And that is why the choice for the party, New Nigeria, a Nigeria that seeks departure from all of the unwarranted situations that Nigeria and Nigerians find themselves today. You will find the manifesto of the presidential candidate and indeed the new Nigeria People's Party, the relaunched manifesto, as a direct, unmistakable reflection of the requirements and needs of Nigerians of today.
Okay, Dr. But go ahead. But you've not said if the manifesto is out or not, and where we can get so we can interrogate the policies there.
Well, I'm sure Doctor will give you an answer to that, because you will agree with me, I'm in Kaduna, and I know that all has been done, set, whether it has been released or not. I think the national chairman will definitely be in a better position to say whether it is publicly released, even though not publicly launched.
Okay, two quick things. You want to be governor of Kaduna State. I mean, even if you say Dr. Kwankwaso should speak for himself, what are your own plans for Kaduna State? Why do you want to govern a state that is as volatile?
Thank you very much. Our plan for Kaduna State, right?
Yes.
Our plans for Kaduna State is to reset the clock, is to redefine governance, is to put before the people, like I have said in the reflection of our manifesto, a total change. Change in two ways. One, definitely revising some of the obnoxious policies of the APC administration in Kaduna State. And for some, revisiting some of those items of policies that are found to be completely obnoxious to the people of Kaduna State. And one thing that stands out clearly, unmistakably, in our plan is the plan to relaunch and to see security as the main issue bordering on the lives of the people. The situation today in Kaduna, as it has been almost 7.5 years of the APC administration, leaves much to be desired. A situation where we wake up to a final conclusion by government and the head of government that they have failed. That is the beginning of the NNPP administration. That is the most warranted situation that Nigerians and indeed citizens in Kaduna State await the NNPP administration. The relaunch of a community-based security outfit that must be supported by all and sundry, by all resources available, so that the people of Kaduna State can sleep with 2 eyes closed. That is one hand of our expected policy. Number 2, there are some of the policies that we said stand reversed. The school fees setting in Kaduna State, situation where education has been commercialized, education has been put only to the rich of an extremely very insignificant number and percentage of citizens in our state. Fees that are far beyond the reach of even public servants at a higher level is unacceptable. We are reversing those policies, and in reversing policies, you have to get ready to accommodate certain adjustments within the educational background and policy in Kaduna State. This we need to do because education is a social service. 3, we have prepared to reach out on our primary health care program to all the nooks and crannies of our people, and indeed the rural settings and populace. This administration, which we are currently in, have attempted to do that. Billions of naira have been spent. It is a good idea and initiative, but what is on ground is nothing to write home about, and that is the provision of primary health care in our primary health centers around the 255 ward areas of our Ondia state. We intend to relaunch this. Number 4, policies of government today that need quick revisitation and a quick relaunch are policies to do with staffing. Kaduna State government under the APC today have put so many people out of jobs, yet creating so little number of jobs. And in so doing, compounding the issue of the social ladder on which every government is supposed to accommodate. Majority of people have been thrown out of the web, out of the capture of what government and governance is supposed to face. We feel seriously, we are not advocating for bringing back the almost 100,000 or more staff that have been put out of job, but we intend to review and revisit those areas because
Senator,
so many people are crying foul that they have been
Senator,
put out of jobs for no justifiable reasons. We are revisiting that. And alongside that, the
Senator,
greatest issue and problem today under that is that majority, 80-90% of people put out of job have not been paid
Senator,
their
Senator,
little stipends,
Senator,
their own, sorry?
Okay, Senator, it's going
Hello?
on and on. Can you hear me, Senator? Okay,
I can hear you
good.
clearly now.
So let me interrogate some of these your ideas. Number one, you said
Go ahead.
the increase in tuition fee that you are going to cut that. Do you know that the increase was done because there was not just enough money to service the university, and they needed to raise revenue to service the university? It's not that the state has a lot of money. As at 2021, month-on-month IGR in Kaduna is less than 4-5 billion. So where are you going to get the money to pay for the shortfall? One. You also talked about...
Where are other states getting money to run their universities? That is the question. I am a teacher, an educationist.
No.
Education
Senator,
cannot,
Senator, I'm asking you the question.
under any circumstance, be placed out of the reach of the common man. Other sources of revenue exist.
What are they?
El-Rufai and indeed the APC administration has put before us, and it is available in numbers and facts, that revenues have skyrocketed. And in what reason? Why should education be placed under a situation other than social service? I disagree with you completely.
Senator, listen to me, please. Let's just listen to me.
Yes.
I'm asking you as a candidate. I'm not talking about Nasir El-Rufai. I'm asking you, how are you going to pay for it? Let's leave Nasir El-Rufai's revenue source. Let's talk about you.
We are
How are you going to pay for it?
Through the same revenue profile and trickles that come into the coffers of Kaduna State. What does it take to run a university? Where are the sources other states competitively around us, lower in revenue generation, lower in take-home pay from the federation account, are running their own universities? That is the practical question to ask. Where are the government getting money to build some of the so-called urban renewal? It is a matter of priority which the APC administration sees, which I see differently, and indeed our constitution, our common law, justice, fairness demand that education cannot be commercialized. And that is our position. And no matter the paucity of revenue, revenue should be available to mop up and run our university. It was run before the APC administration comes without commercializing it. It will be run after the erstwhile APC administration without recourse to any difficulty. All we are saying is that it is a social service like health sector and so many other areas. I don't see any reason why the NNPP administration and indeed our manifesto does not, cannot, and will not run education under the banner of a commercial venture.
Well, Senator, let me ask you, you were quoted in the papers, I think 2 days ago or so, as saying that you don't think that there will be a clear winner in the 2023 presidential race, that you think there will be a runoff. Is it not too early to jump to that conclusion, considering the fact that the political parties still have...
It is not a conclusion. It is a concept. It is an idea. It is a thought. It is indeed a forward thinking. A situation where the traditional voting pattern in Nigerian polity in the last 23 years has been competitively between two main parties, the PDP and in some instances other emerging opposition party. That has been the tradition. That has been the trend. And majority of votes casted, total, within a presidential election has been subdivided between any ruling party and the runner-up, and that is sometimes at one point in time it was the NNPP, at another time it was the APC and the PDP. This time around, any person who sees clearly through the polity will tell you that it is very likely to happen. So it is a concept, it is an idea, and from what we are seeing, if you project into the future to see what is the expected total number or minimum total number of votes to be casted by Nigerians, if you borrow from the history of voting in Nigeria, you will find out that what I'm saying is very, very likely to happen, where a situation in reality today, the NNPP is there, the Labour Party is there, you cannot wish them away. You cannot, nobody can stand any form of argument unless if that argument is just to satisfy his own ego. You cannot wish those two parties competing very, very competitively with the PDP and the APC, who we knew traditionally, who people make the very anemic, unforeseeable argument that they are still going to carry the day the way they see. Let me tell you one thing. Of the total number of expected votes to be casted within the Nigerian polity during the presidential election, and if you like, hold me in history, hold me very strongly, there is likely to be a runoff. I say this because, take my candidate, the NNPP presidential candidate. A situation where a candidate like Senator Kwankwaso traverses around this country with the crowd, the common man, the talakawas, you cannot, nobody should underestimate that the man is capable of gaining no fewer than 10 million votes. Anybody, anywhere, today in Nigerian polity that is capable of gaining minimum of 10 million votes from where? From the very, very states and stock of where you and I and indeed Nigerians know that that is the stock market of Nigerian votes, because that is where the main population are. And the tradition to vote en bloc in those areas cannot be overemphasized. A situation where you have that, and you have a ruling party, and you have another party which is the main opposition party, and of course the MP. You know that. That is very, very likely.
Please, I want to come in. A lot of people argue that all your postulations, number one, are not empirical, and they are just postulations. And this is the fact on ground. Even when we had a 4-horse race in the 79 elections, we didn't have a runoff. So all of this you are saying, are you saying that your candidate, Rabi Musa Kwankwaso, will get 10 million votes? Where is he going to get it from? In an election cycle that the winner of the last election...
Thank you very much. If
please, let me finish. Please, let me finish. Senator, you're interrupting me. Let me finish, please. Let me talk. All right? Where is he going to get it from? The last election, 2015, 2019, the winner didn't get up to 16 million votes in the last 2 election cycles. So if you say your candidate will get 10 million votes, what votes will the other people get?
Are you through with your question?
Yes, sir.
Hunkuyi is a grassroots politician, and I see from a prism completely untheoretical but practical. Write it today. I say it. The Nigerian polity is going to cough out higher number of votes than you traditionally record in history, for so many reasons. Nigerians have seen reasons. They have agreed and accepted reasons. My own area of seeing events are from the common people. People are pinched. People feel pain. And they know that. Governments have emerged as a result of people not going out to exercise their franchise. People this time around Nigeria, not within one geopolitical zone, all the 6 geopolitical zones, Nigerians have decided they are going to exercise their own franchise in deciding who the winner of that election is likely to be. You now see clearly, and nobody can dispute it, that the fact remains that Nigerians are going to come out in greater number this time around in 2023 to vote. Therefore, if you pick the history of 26 million being the number, or 30 million as the last peg that will be the number of total votes to be casted within the Nigerian polity, you are totally wrong, and it is going to be proven wrong. Yours may be your own idea, but mine is also my own idea because, like I said, I am here right with the people, and I know, and I mix, and I say clearly.
I'm giving you electoral trends. I'm giving you electoral trends. It's not idea. I'm giving you facts on ground. Based on electoral trend, there's high level of voter apathy in the country, and it's always been that 26 to 30 million mark. These are facts on ground. You can go and check it, not ideas.
Well, Senator, before we go.
It's not about, listen to me, it's your own idea, but I'm telling you the prevalent condition today in Nigeria. The last election in 2019, was there a train bombing? Let me ask you, was there a train bombing?
Well, Senator.
Did the Naira slump down to 700?
Senator.
And 730 to the dollar? It never happened.
Senator,
my brother.
We have just about 3 minutes to go.
The situation on ground today bring people into focus for a reason. People see reason why they must go and vote. And there are going to be higher number of people at the polling unit to decide that election.
Well, on election day, we'll see. Let me ask you, how much damage do you think
so much.
that the decision of Senator Ibrahim Shekarau, former governor of Kano State, to leave the NNPP? You know, he was in APC, he joined forces with Senator Kwankwanso, and everybody was excited that, oh, this would be a formidable force. But he had to leave on the grounds that Senator Kwankwanso betrayed him. How much damage do you think that has done to the prospects of the NNPP, particularly in the party's stronghold of Kano State?
Where was Senator, the former governor, when Kwankwaso and his followership won the election under very, very much stringent condition? Where was he? Where was he? That election, for every Nigerian, for whatever reason, knew it was a decided election. It was a decided election. For him to join the NNPP, it was good. For him to leave the NNPP was his choice. But I do not see in any way between winning and losing in Kano where Shekarau leaving NNPP makes any difference. Because NNPP is going to win the election, God's willing, come 2023. Again, quote me if you will. It does not add value in winning. It may add value in number of votes. I agree. He was a former governor. He has his followers. Of his own followers that he brought into the fold of the NNPP, if there are 10 of them, of his major stakeholders, how many left with him? How many are remaining with us in the NNPP? The fact of the matter remain, Kwankwaso, the NNPP in Kano, is a phenomena. It's a decided election before an election. There is no such state alive within the 36 states of the Federation where that expected election in 2023 is decided, dead on arrival. even before it happens. I have no doubt about that, and I know what I'm talking about, and we await for the result to happen.
Well, thank you very much, Senator Hunkuyi, for joining us this morning on The Morning Show. Thank you very much indeed.